Hi, I'm Jessica, and I wanted to talk to you guys. This month is Suicide Awareness and Prevention Month, but for me, suicide prevention and awareness is every month because my family was personally affected by suicide in 2017 when my little brother passed away by suicide. So my family was devastated, and the emotions that come with death are so traumatic, but suicide death is much different. And I didn't know much about suicide at that point, and I couldn't understand it very much. So I just started doing research, and I looked online about what I could do to help people and just try to understand suicide. And I found that suicide is so widespread, and it's a national, disease. We're going through a pandemic, and then we have this disease that's suicide, mental health issues, and we don't talk about that because there's so much stigma surrounded mental health and suicide. And so I've been involved in the past 3 years in various programs, and I did a lot of research, and then I did some education. And the more I learned, I became an American Foundation of Suicide Prevention representative. And then I also chair the Life Group, and we advocate for mental health awareness and prevention in Crawford County. And then I just wanted to help because I didn't want anyone to ever feel the way that my family felt, and I never wanted anyone to ever feel alone, so alone that they had to end their life. I think that we've realized in the past couple years we've lost famous people, and they've been in the limelight for suicide. And I think that we're starting to see that it's across the board. Doesn't matter your lifestyle, if you're rich or you're famous, that you can still be affected by mental health and suicide. So I think that just the more we talk about and have open conversations about mental health and suicide and the way you feel, the more we can crush the stigma surrounding those topics, and then people are more apt to talk about their struggles. Suicide is the 10th leading cause of death in the US, and it is the number one leading cause of death for 10 to 24-year-olds. And that is just shocking to me that at 10, people are already starting to think about suicide and having mental health issues. Again, we always are talking about things happening in the world, but I don't think, people know how serious suicide is and that we are being affected in the US. And so I just wanted to give you guys some tips. If you notice, your family members or your friends or yourself, if you're not taking care of yourself as well, you're withdrawing from things, and if you are getting rid of your belongings, or if the person is, hopeless, talking about death, no future, those are all signs for suicide. And those are things that you need to look out for, and you need to reach out to that person. And sometimes having those conversations can be really tough. Suicide and mental health is a heavy topic, but most of all, it's important to be compassionate and to just be kind and listen non-judgmentally when you're talking to someone about their issues or how they're feeling, or if you've noticed things. And if there's someone that you feel is better to talk to the person, you can tag someone else in. If there's someone you feel is more comfortable to talk to, your relative or your friend, and you're not comfortable with that conversation, then letting someone else know and they would be able to talk to the person. And we're always talking about self-care. If you're taking care of everyone else and you're not feeling your best, then that's not good either. So we always need to check in with ourselves and make sure that we're taking care of our own mental health as well as checking in on others. We have a lot of resources in the community, more so than we used to. And here at the hospital, we have Holly Harmon, and then we are going to be posting a mental health resource page, and we have other qualified people in Crawford County to help with those needs, and my life group tries to help provide resources. So if you want to reach out to me or call me at the hospital, I can try to get you some resources. I can try to get you in contact with Holly, get you set up for an appointment. You can always talk to your family physician. You can talk to a faith leader. You can talk to anyone, just to open up and get your thoughts out so that you don't feel alone. And I also have a resource. There's a national resources and then statewide resources. The biggest one I found that's easy to use just off the top of my head um, is texting, because our world is texting now. So you can text to talk 741 741. And I think just in today's society, where we don't want to talk a lot, sometimes it's texting. So maybe you could text them, and then they could talk to you until you can get the correct help. Last year, we had the Walk Out of Darkness here in Crawford County, and it was a huge success. The Walk Out of Darkness, it was put on by the American Foundation of Suicide Prevention and my life group as well. And we raised funds for our community so that we can get more resources for mental health and suicide problems. And so this year with COVID, we're not allowed to have a Walk Out of Darkness, but on October 10th at the city park, we will be doing a pop-up tent. I don't have the exact time yet, but we will be doing a pop-up tent just to let everyone know that, hey, even though the world is struggling right now, we're still here for you. So the biggest part of today's message, if you do not remember the statistics or you don't remember, any of the things I told you, it's basically just, to get the message out there that you're not alone, that your life is worth it. And I promise you that your family would rather help you through the struggles than to lose you. So if you're struggling, please reach out. Thank you for listening, and I hope that, I can make a difference in someone's life.